working for Kephis, that is Plant Variety Protection Office, standing in for Dr. Amasharia. And I'm here to talk about the variety release and seed certification schemes for GM crops. Just a brief about Kephis. I don't want to dwell on that. I will speak about the Kephis mandate, and this is because what we are talking about and what I was requesting to present lies on this, and one of it is about regulating matters relating to plant variety protection by enforcing sanitary and phytosanitary measures, implement the Seed and Plant Varieties Act, that is called 326, which entails the seed certification and plant variety protection. We also offer analytical services, among others. And Kephis acts as the liaison office for international conventions relating to phytosanitary, plant variety protection, seed certification, and testing. When it comes to variety release and seed quality, because this is what I was asked to talk about, Kephis regulates matters relating to plant variety protection, that is the issuance of plant breeders' rights. Plant breeders' rights are just like the IP rights when it comes to plant materials. We also do the seed certification and plant variety evaluation and release. We also undertake variety testing and description and seed certification, and in consultation with other relevant agencies, we develop and implement standards for seed and plant material. Kephis also registers and licenses seed merchants, seed growers, agents, and any other person who may require to be registered under the provisions of this Act or any of the laws specified in the first schedule. When it comes to GM crops, because that is why we are here, and genetically modified crops undergo the same variety release and seed certification schemes, just like any other conventional crops. In variety evaluation and release, Regulation 6, Part 2 of the Variety Evaluation and Release Regulation states that only varieties officially released can be commercialized. That means any variety that has not been released in the country cannot be offered for commercialization. And the process of variety release and registration involves two mandatory tests. One of them is what we call the distinctiveness, uniformity, and stability test, that is DUS, and then what we call the national performance trial, or NPT. DUS determines whether the variety is distinct, uniform, and stable. And when we talk about distinctiveness, we are talking about already existing varieties. You as a breeder, and you've had many breeders talk here, when we talk about a new variety being distinct, we are only referring to how that variety is uniform from what is already in existence. And when we talk about uniformity, we are talking about how uniform is that crop, because sometimes when you look, we all know maize, and then 614 is the one which is mostly referred. We know it is a tall variety. The moment you get shorter varieties in between, what does that tell you? That the variety is not uniform. So, and then when we talk about the stability or variety being stable, we are talking about the genetic stability. If you plant that variety today, and you plant the same seed from a breeder of the same variety in 20 years, are we going to see the same crop? Are we going to see the same variety maintaining its own characteristics, or the genetic stability is going to break down over time? So the purpose is to establish varietal identity, because as I said, if you get 614 mixed up with maybe GHO2, the Katumani varieties, of course it will be, you will say, you cannot distinguish whether you are planting 614 or you are planting DHO2 or DHO4. So we need, we do the DUS to establish the varietal identity. When you talk of 614, let it be 614. Then we also do DUS for release of new varieties for commercialization as part of the process. We also generate descriptors through DUS. As I've said, distinctiveness, uniformity, and stability. When we want to, when we are talking about generating descriptors, if we are talking about Dr. Karaja, how does Dr. Karaja look like? We explain brown, tall, medium, all that. And then we also do the same test when we are granting plant breeders' rights. Plant breeders' rights are important because they encourage breeding of more superior varieties than what we have currently in the market. And also for variety maintenance purposes, and this is checking on what the breeders have bred, whether they are maintaining that variety, the characteristics within that variety over time. And this explains all what I've just talked about. If you look at the first picture there, we are talking about tea leaves, we are talking about the purple tea, we have the green tea. We can see it is distinct. One is purple, another one is green. When you talk about uniformity, look at the one there. When you talk about the stable over years, you can see that. And then down there, we have varieties which are mixed up, and the ones which are not, which are lacking uniformity. And also, when we are talking about unstable varieties, you can look at this, some with white, others with red. Now, about national performance trials. When you talk about the national performance trials, these are trials designed to test new plant varieties for performance compared to varieties currently in the market. I mentioned that. Otherwise, this is also termed as value for cultivation and use. And the trials are done across the country, across a specific ecological zone. Then NPTC recommends for release varieties that meet the release criteria to the National Variety Release Committee, and then this proceeds to full environmental release is required. And then once the varieties have been released by NVRC and have been gazetted, then the breeder can now multiply and sell the new variety. About seed certification, I want to mention that because it's just part of the process of ensuring seed quality. The last bit I wanted to mention is about the status of the variety release and certification of GM crops in the country. Much has been said, but let me just highlight this, which I think is important. So far, 4 varieties of GM cotton have been recommended for release by NPTC, but are yet to undergo the GS testing. At the same time, 6 varieties of GM cotton varieties have undergone both NPT and GUS, but have not been released due to the pending court case. Remember, the case said that nothing should be discussed as pertains the GM crops, and that is why it was not presented to NPTC and to NVRC for release. And then again, 3 varieties of BT maize have been recommended for release, but are yet to be presented to the NVRC for consideration for release due to the pending court case again. And then so far, 8 varieties of GM cassava are currently under NPT. The process is ongoing at the NPT cassava testing site. And then just to mention, Kephis has facilitated importation of certified GM cotton seed for use in demos on farmers' fields. And then so far, development of seed certification protocols for BT maize, BT cassava, and BT cotton is complete. I think that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.